To add a quiz to your course, you can select the quiz assessment from the content picker. You can then give your quiz a name and define various settings pertaining to the timing, grading, and behavior of the quiz in your course. Note that quiz questions are not created on the settings page, but can instead be added once the quiz has been created. In the timing section, you can specify when the quiz should be accessible for learners to attempt. Before the opening time, the quiz will be unavailable to learners. And after the closing time, learners will no longer be able to attempt the quiz. They will, however, still be able to see and review their attempts in accordance with the review options you specify. You also have the option to set a time limit in which the quiz must be completed. And if this is enabled, you can specify what should happen if a learner fails to submit their attempt within the time limit. You can select to submit open attempts automatically, provide learners with a grace period for submitting, or simply exclude open attempts from counting. In the grade section, you can set a minimum amount of points required to pass the quiz. Here, you can also specify the number of times learners will be allowed to attempt the quiz. Under Question Behavior, you can enable shuffling of the available responses within questions that have multiple response options, like multiple choice or matching questions. If multiple quiz attempts are allowed, you can also select whether or not each subsequent attempt should contain the results of the last, in which case, learners will be able to build on previous attempts. In the Review Options section, you can control what a learner will see when they review their quiz during or immediately after the attempt, as well as later, when the quiz is still open or after the quiz has closed. For an explanation of the different review options, you can click on the question mark icon associated with each option. You have the option to require learners to use a safe exam browser when attempting the quiz. This must be downloaded and installed on the device that the learner uses to attempt the quiz. In this way, you can restrict learners so that they cannot surf the web or make use of shortcut keys, like copy and paste, during the quiz. You can also set extra restrictions on attempts to ensure that learners attempt the quiz under secure conditions. You can require a password. Specify additional browser security. Allow learners to attempt the quiz offline. Or require webcam identity validation. You can, optionally, add overall feedback that will be shown to learners after they have completed an attempt of the quiz. The feedback that is shown to the learner can depend on the grade they received for the attempt. You can also add restrictions to control the conditions under which learners will be able to access the quiz. And finally, you can add tags to allow learners to search and connect related content. When you then click on Save and Display, your quiz will be added to your course. And you will be able to start adding questions for your learners to interact with. To do this, you can click on Edit Quiz, and then select to add a new question. Here, you can select to add a multiple choice, true or false, or matching question. Each of these question types are explained in the videos below.